We'll go now to Hollywood, which is ground to a halt as actors have joined the writers already on strike. It's the first time both groups have been on strike at the same time in more than 60 years. So what are they pushing for? Here's ABC's Matt Gutman.
On strike, shut
Tonight, both sides digging in on day one of that historic shutdown that threatens to paralyze Hollywood.
There are no excuses. Right now, you're being greedy and inhumane. And that's that.
Union power!
Early this morning, the 160,000 members of the SAG-AFTRA union joining the already striking Writers Guild. The last time Hollywood actors and writers on strike at the same time was 1960.
What do we want?
Actors picketing on both coasts, including Ted Lasso's Jason Sudeikis and Susan Sarandon, who joined the protests in New York, supporting the majority of actors who do not make a living wage from acting.
I think our message is really resonating. There's a lot of people, even beyond our membership, who are kind of fed up with big corporations trying to just run roughshod over everybody.
The SAG-AFTRA members demanding regulations for artificial intelligence in productions, higher wages, and increased residual pay, which is essential to many of them keeping health insurance.
You've experienced being knocked off of health insurance?
Yeah, 1 year I was $50 short. We're working class. Not everybody can do this full time and make a living. So for them to pinch pennies, for them to not want to share the wealth, is really problematic.
The association representing studios and streamers saying they offer the actors historic pay and residual increases and protections for actors' digital likenesses from AI, but that their offer was rejected.
Matt joins us from Los Angeles now. Matt, where are we already seeing some of the effects of this shutdown? And I know you don't have a crystal ball, but everybody wants to know how long this thing could go on.
I wish I did have one, but obviously nobody quite knows. But perhaps the last actor strike in 1980 might be a reference. That lasted for over 3 months, and you may have been able to tell from our piece, the people we talked to, they're really dug in here. And we are already starting to see some ripple effects. Actors walking out on their own film premieres, broadcast networks saying they're going to run more reruns and reality shows this coming fall. Big productions, reportedly like Deadpool 3, Mission Impossible, coming to a halt because of the strike. And just moments ago, LA's Mayor Karen Bass concerned about the economic impact of this strike, urging both sides to get back to the negotiating table. Phil.
All right, and so it continues tonight. Matt Gutman from Los Angeles. Matt, thank you. For the latest on the dual strikes, I'm joined now by Jonathan Handel, a writer for Puck, who previously served as an outside special counsel to SAG-AFTRA and on the legal staff of the Writers Guild of America. Jonathan, thanks so much for being here. We appreciate your insight into this. Just for starters, give us a sense of the mood of both the actors and the writers and what this is doing to their communities.
The mood was extraordinary. I mean, it's just electric. The actors have flooded the zone. Their union is 15 times the size of the Writers Guild, and that was evident in quantity, and the enthusiasm was unbridled. It sounded like every car for a mile around was honking its horn in sympathy over at Warner Brothers in Burbank. 95-degree temperatures. It is very much a hot labor summer.
I'm sure you saw Bob Iger, the CEO of Disney, which is the parent company of ABC News, said in an interview with CNBC that these strikes could not come at a worse time for the entertainment business. And he went on to say this.
We managed as an industry to negotiate a very good deal with the Directors Guild that reflects the value that the directors contribute to this great business. We wanted to do the same thing with the writers, and we'd like to do the same thing with the actors. There's a level of expectation that they have that is just not realistic.
So, Jonathan, in your opinion, what's the difference here? Why was a deal possible with the directors, but we see this big divide when it comes to a deal with both the writers and the actors?
The directors took a less assertive approach than the writers and actors have, but it's with all due respect to Bob Iger, it's a little rich to see someone who's at a summer camp for the rich, for the wealthy executives, whose new contract, his 2-year extension, includes a success bonus, as most executive contracts do. And yet Iger has objected, among other things, to the concept of a success bonus in residuals, in royalty replay fees that the actors and writers want to receive when a show is successful on streaming. This kind of the optics, and it's more than optics, the level of income inequality and wealth inequality in this country is reaching a breaking point with these two unions and many others across the country. We can have American innovation with a degree of equality and a degree of a social safety net as well. We don't have to choose one or the other.
The Alliance of Motion Picture and Television Producers put out a statement saying that they, quote, offered an historic pay and residual increases and a groundbreaking AI proposal that protects actors' digital likenesses, and then went on to say that, quote, the union has regrettably chosen a path that will lead to financial hardship for countless thousands of people who depend on the industry. So how much concern is there about the impact of a prolonged strike here, the impact that it could have on the entire Hollywood community?
There's concern about a prolonged strike, and there's concern about a prolonged state of existence where people attempt to put food on the table. And remember, this is not about the big stars that people recognize. They make their millions of dollars negotiated by agents. They are SAG-AFTRA members also. But the issue with the SAG-AFTRA contract, the issue with the strike, is middle class and even working class actors who are trying to keep food on the table, a roof over their heads in the two most expensive cost of living cities in this country. For the AMPTP to call these increases historic and so forth, well, of course they're historic. We had historic inflation over the last 3 years. And so, of course, what the union is asking for is historic, and what the AMPTP is offering is far less than historic, it looks like. Likewise, AI it appears to be at a historic inflection point in the degree to which it threatens workers' jobs. The companies are challenged. Box office is down. Linear television is extremely challenged. The audience is aging and shrinking. And to create a worldwide streaming service to compete with Netflix requires spending money that's very hard to find. But the union response is, if you're going to spend billions of dollars to build a worldwide service for hundreds of millions of people, based on our labor and our work product, we need fair jobs, reliable jobs. We need fair compensation. That's really what's going on here.
All right, Jonathan Handel covering these strikes for Puck. We thank you so much for your time and expertise. Do appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.